More than 4,500 years ago, people armed with nothing but copper tools, ropes, and their own strength created a structure that seems impossible: the Great Pyramid of Giza. It is made of more than 2 million stone blocks. Some of them weigh as much as a modern truck. Its sides are almost perfectly aligned with the cardinal directions, and the precision of its construction still amazes engineers today. But the biggest question remains unanswered. How did the ancient Egyptians build it? How did they move millions of tons of stone? How did they lift massive blocks to a height of almost 150 meters? And why, thousands of years later, are there still places inside the pyramid that no human has ever entered? For a long time, people believed in many different explanations. Some claimed it was built by slaves who died under the weight of the work. Others suggested that unknown civilizations helped the ancient Egyptians. But the real story turned out to be far more fascinating than any legend. Because behind the Great Pyramid lies not a mystery of supernatural forces. It is a story of incredible human organization, engineering genius, and thousands of people who achieved the impossible. And it all began with an unexpected discovery. In 2013, French archaeologist Pierre Tillet was exploring ancient stone galleries on the coast of the Red Sea. Behind massive blocks that had remained sealed for thousands of years, his team discovered hundreds of fragments of papyrus. They were the oldest written documents of this type ever found. But the most amazing thing was not their age. It was what was written inside. They were not stories about gods, not messages from a pharaoh, not ancient legends. They were ordinary work records. Their author was a man named Merer. He was an inspector who led a group of workers during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu. Every day, he recorded where the boats traveled, how much stone was transported, and how the work was carried out. He wrote these lines believing they were only about his everyday duties. But 4,500 years later, his records became one of the most important keys to understanding the construction of the Great Pyramid. They revealed something incredible. The pyramid was not built by mythical creatures. It was built by people. But who were these people? And is it true that they were slaves? For many years, scientists were puzzled by one simple question. How could the ancient Egyptians transport millions of tons of stone to the construction site? Today, the Giza Plateau looks like a desert. But 4,500 years ago, this region was completely different. Recent studies have shown that an ancient branch of the Nile once flowed near the pyramids. Using satellite images and geological research, scientists discovered traces of a lost river that once ran directly beside the pyramid complex. The Egyptians used this waterway to transport construction materials. Limestone was brought from the quarries of Tura, located on the opposite side of the Nile. Granite used for the inner chambers of the pyramid was transported from Aswan, almost 800 kilometers to the south. The enormous stone blocks did not have to be dragged across endless desert. They arrived by boat almost directly to the construction site. But the river solved only part of the problem. The greatest challenge was still ahead. The stones had to be lifted upward. This is where one of the greatest mysteries of the Great Pyramid begins. The most famous theory suggests that the Egyptians used enormous ramps, inclined roads that allowed workers to move blocks higher and higher as the pyramid grew. But there is a problem. To transport heavy stones to the top, such a ramp would have needed to be incredibly long. It could have covered a huge area around the pyramid and required almost as much material as the pyramid itself. That is why scientists have proposed other possibilities. Some believe that a hidden spiral ramp system may have existed inside the pyramid. Others suggest the use of counterweights, wooden structures, and complex mechanisms that helped move the massive blocks. There are even theories about special construction mixtures that may have been used in certain parts of the pyramid. But no theory has been fully proven yet. And this is one of the most fascinating things about the Great Pyramid. We know a great deal about the people who built it. We know where the stone came from. We know how the supply system worked. But the exact method used to raise millions of blocks remains a mystery. However, the pyramid continues to reveal its secrets. For a long time, scientists believed there was nothing left to discover inside the Great Pyramid. All chambers had been studied. All passages had been explored. It seemed that the ancient structure could no longer surprise humanity. But modern technology changed everything. In 2017, an international team of researchers used special particles from space, muons. These particles can pass through stone and allow scientists to create images of hidden structures without damaging the walls. Researchers placed special detectors inside the pyramid and studied how these particles moved through its massive structure. The result was unexpected. They discovered a huge hidden space above the Grand Gallery. It is more than 30 meters long. The discovery became the first major identification of an unknown space inside the pyramid in more than a century. But what is inside? There is still no answer. It could be a construction space left behind after the pyramid was completed. It may be an empty area created to reduce pressure on the lower chambers. Or it could be something that scientists have not even imagined yet. The most incredible part is that no human has ever entered it. And there is another small but mysterious detail: the tools. To create the pyramid, ancient Egyptians needed thousands of tools. They shaped stone, carved blocks, and fitted them together with astonishing precision. But archaeologists have found only a small portion of these tools. Where are the rest? Were they melted down? Were they reused? Or are they still hidden somewhere beneath the sands of Egypt? We do not know. But perhaps these unanswered questions are exactly what make the Great Pyramid so fascinating. Today, we no longer see it as a mystery created by supernatural forces. We see the story of humanity, people who managed to organize thousands of workers, create a complex transportation system, build a city for the builders, and raise a mountain of stone toward the sky that survived entire civilizations. The Great Pyramid is not just the tomb of a pharaoh. It is proof of how far human creativity can go. And perhaps the greatest secret of the pyramid is not hidden in its stones. It is hidden in the people who placed those stones one on top of another and created one of the greatest wonders in human history.